This floor plan view that we're looking at, we're going to talk about this a lot today, is cut at a certain level. It's a camera on a model, and it is cut at 4 feet above the ground. Okay? And how I can spot that, just so you know, is every view has something called the view range. And in the view range, there's this thing called the cut plane. So if you always think about it in terms of cameras, relative to level 1, 4 feet above, that's where we're cutting. Okay, and the reason we tend to choose 4 feet is 4 feet tends to be a pretty good number. It cuts through doors pretty well. It cuts through most windows pretty well, though we'll talk about windows that are a little bit higher in just a few minutes. Okay, it tends to be above a kitchen cabinet or something like that. It's above most plumbing fixtures. 4 feet's a pretty good height for seeing things that are going to be on the floor. Okay, what it's not so good at, though, is, for example, looking up. If we want to see the ceiling's above 4 feet. Okay, so what we need is to actually look at a different view. Okay, and what we're going to do is actually we're going to talk about how we can change this cut plane, although we'll do that in just a few specific areas in a few minutes. What I want to think about is just changing the whole camera and the position that it looks at. Okay, so in a floor plan view, what happens is you're cutting at 4 feet and looking down. Okay, you might notice in the browser over here, there's something called a ceiling plan view. And the ceiling plan view, if you go flipping to it, okay, is basically at first floor, but it's at 7'6" looking up. Okay, and that's really useful for you because it'll show you ceilings, it'll show you lights that are on the ceiling, it'll show you smoke detectors, anything that's hanging around up there. So it's very much like a floor plan. If you're wondering what the difference between a floor plan and a ceiling plan is, they're pretty much the same. They're cut at different heights, but one looks down and the other looks up. So just picture yourself doing that, okay, and you'll get a ceiling plan.